So it tells you if you are ready for some mini driving excitement.
Good. Are we ready?
No, because the engine temperature is low apparently.
Okay, how's it everyone? Today we apparently have the Mini Clubman Cooper S on test.
I think you got that right.
I think I got that right. This is a ridiculous name. This version has the 2-litre turbocharged engine, which produces
141 kilowatts and 208 newtons.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's got some JCW kit like stickers and dorsals and things, and a steering wheel. But it doesn't have any of the actual JCW stuff that you want, like suspension or more power.
Mainly the contentious issues actually around this car for us have been in terms of the looks, just both interior and exterior,
and the options list,
and the options list, yeah.
And the price.
Yes, when that kind of links into the price and options kind of go hand in hand.
So basically everything about the whole car is being contentious.
Yeah, a little bit, except we both kind of like how it drives for a front-wheel car, front-wheel drive car.
Yeah, mostly, yeah. Except that it doesn't have a handbrake.
It doesn't. Okay, it doesn't have a handbrake, but.
And if you have a front-wheel drive car, you have to have a handbrake, a real one.
In terms of the styling, though, in general, I'm on the side of being in favour, and Miles, I think, is on the side of hating it.
Well, look, I like the front end. That's sort of traditional Mini, but what they've done at the back, I just don't like the rear at all.
You see, I actually quite like the rear. I love these doors.
Yeah, the doors
I think
are
they're
cool.
amazing.
I enjoy the doors, except that now you can't see out of your rearview mirror because you've got this huge thing in the middle. But it's just the rear lights, the entire rear, the rear bumper.
See, I really like the rear bumper and spoiler, splitter and the exhaust. I think that looks really great. I think the doors look really good. I'll agree that the lights aren't a huge plus. These lights here, they're not a huge plus.
I don't know who designed that, but it's just not nice.
I like it.
Well, the whole rear is, that's quite cool though.
Okay, so you're behind the wheel.
Yeah.
And what's it like?
It's true.
You're the one that can tell us right now. It's not as quick as you would expect for something that says Cooper S on the back. Is that because of the size?
I don't know, to be honest. It just doesn't really feel like it gets going as quickly as I would have expected. But that said, on paper, the stats are pretty good. So perhaps it's too refined, and you're not getting that sort of sense of speed anymore. The automatic gearbox is nice and quick. I'd still opt for a manual, but yeah, if auto is your thing, this is quite a nice box. It's got sport mode and manual, normal drive obviously, and then you've got these little mode things: sport, mid, and green. I've never been in green. But it's quite a nice thing to drive. I mean, it's got that typical Mini sort of feel, go-kart, to use a cliche. Yeah. But it does, for a front-wheel drive car, it feels very well sorted, which obviously indicates that there's a nice, decent chassis lying underneath. So let's talk about this price list.
Still getting my seat right.
Which we have here.
There we go.
So this is the price list. Now, base price is 427,000, which is
a fair amount already.
It's quite a bit. I mean, for a car, you can buy like a Golf GTI, almost. For that.
Yeah.
Which is going to be, it's a lot quicker and all that sort of stuff.
Bigger.
Yeah. Although, funny enough, we'll get to that later, but there's actually a bit of space in the back. On this ridiculous options list, I must actually, it's like huge. There's like that much is just options. It's stupid.
It does make you wonder what comes with the car standard.
Well, standard equipment is that much, of the list, and the optionals is like this much. It's ridiculous.
Miles, you should know by now that size doesn't matter.
Anyway, all this John Cooper work stuff, all they've done is they've turned JCW into the BMW M division, and you can buy the worst car in the world and just put M division stuff on it, and now everyone thinks that you've got £1 million and you don't. I think it just dilutes the brand. The optional extra is an alarm system. I mean, what?
Hey?
I've just paid 430,000 rand.
And you don't get an alarm.
And you don't get an alarm system with remote control. That's an optional extra.
So what do you get? Is it just like a standard key or something?
I have no idea, but that's ridiculous. It's just the list is stupid.
Hang on, is child seat ISOFIX attachment is an optional extra?
Yeah.
Surely that's a safety feature?
Well, apparently not according
safety
to
concern?
Mini.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think it's just a joke.
Warning triangle and first aid kit.
Optional extra.
Optional extra.
I mean,
the armrest is optional. Having an armrest. I don't know.
What else can be here?
I don't know. I don't know if it's the multi
maybe
thing that's optional, but that's optional. Yeah. So it just smacks as a bit of a
joke.
A bit of a rip.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, it is.
I understand they're kind of going for the luxury small car exclusive market. I get that, but I'm not sure.
I also get that, but for 430,000 rand, that's already quite premium.
Exactly.
For a car this size.
Yeah. It just feels like they're taking it a little bit too far.
Yeah. Throw some stuff in as part of the price, please.
Yeah. And I mean, there are some really nice things about the car. We are moaning about the price, but there are in the interior. I mean, these toggle switches are really cool. I really love the toggle switches here and the toggle switches here. It's brilliant. I know you're not a fan. You hate this circular surround.
I actually like the idea of having the screen here and everything, but then what I don't like is this afterthought of a motorbike instrument cluster that came out of a Chevy Spark.
The reason they did that is it's, you know, an homage to the original.
No, that's the...
I thought the original had dials like that. Oh, okay.
The original had this.
know
this
nothing about
the speeder.
Okay.
In the original. And
yes, it was. Yeah, it was. You're right.
And in the first one of these, you didn't have this. You had this. And that was everything. You didn't have this afterthought.
Okay.
So that's...
But again, flipping back to the plus side, I really like these big dials for the aircon. I think that's good.
Talking about the aircon, you know, there's no button to synchronize the two temperatures. Again, I've just paid 430 grand. I can't synchronize temperatures. I need to fiddle around with both
Which
knobs.
I thought, don't BMW do that?
Everyone does that.
So why doesn't Mini? Which is made by BMW. Okay.
As you can see, I'm not a fan.
You're hugely not a fan. I really, if I didn't have to pay for the car, which is a stupid thing to say, I know, but if you take price out of the equation, I really like the interior. I just like, it's something funky, it's something different. It's not run of the mill. It's a bit of an event, a bit of an occasion. Whereas, you know, any Kia or VW or Audi you get into is exactly the same. It's just a bit boring. This, you get into it and everyone has an opinion, whether you like it or you don't like it. Everyone has an opinion. Okay, so you were talking about the rear legroom. Do you want to elaborate on what you were?
Well, there's a lot of it.
Okay.
Is basically what I was getting at. I mean, I'm not the tallest person in the world, but you know, you could have someone somewhat taller than me sitting here and they wouldn't be cramped.
Yeah, I mean,
granted, I don't know that 3 across the back is viable, but
no, it's not.
Two up in the back, no problems, plenty of legroom, quite comfortable.
I get what you're saying, because I've put this seat in a comfortable position for me with plenty of legroom
up front, yeah.
Up front, and you've still got
that's
buckets. Yeah.
Almost my driving position, and you're fine.
I'm fine.
It's surprisingly spacious for something that says Mini on the front.
Yeah,
it's not that mini.